I feel like they did some sort of like they were job. I would like to, I'm just so many people, quilts, blankets that I don't know why we have.
We touched my species. Officially hands out, I have everybody. Too bad.
Is it this weekend or next weekend?
I don't know. Which one does Michaela go to?
This.
She goes to our school?
Yeah. So
Then it's
Does
next
anybody
weekend.
need agendas yet?
I do, please.
I think. I thought so. It was because like her appointment is next year. Yes.
We need another one down here, please.
If you have one.
Do you need them too? Yep.
Yeah, I've got an agenda.
This is the minutes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I have her on the 27th.
Okay, so Prime's next weekend then.
Must be.
Yeah, she has meetings to do her makeup and like, we can't, how you have time? Like, I can't run, my niece works till 3. I can't run the calendar. They're back in time.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, so she puts them saying they'd be like for a day or.
Yeah.
Didn't bring anything, so I guess I'm sure.
I remember really like that. I don't like that. I don't think ever look good, but like
No, for one.
kids are using that stuff.
I know, but I'm sure it's pretty crazy. too.
She ordered was about $65.
Oh, I guess she's making money, but.
It's on like how she pays stuff. And like hair is,
Oh, she,
the hair is not cheap.
well, she had me like shopping on the weekend and she's been like $430.
Doing those
Did you cut your finger at work today too?
No, I cut it the other day.
Yes.
I was cutting summer sausage. It was like the hard Johnson summer sausage.
We were a couple minutes later. Today is Tuesday, April 16th, 150th anniversary subcommittee meeting. I'll call this meeting to order. First thing we'll do is say the pledge of allegiance.
No.
Not at this point.
It's like, well,
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we will do a roll call. If everybody would just like to state their name and let us know who's here tonight, that would be fantastic. Barks.
Dan Gerke.
Chris Jenkins.
Yeah. Renee Colbert.
Trevor Carey, Fire Department.
Lauren Simmons.
Jamie Harbison.
Nicole Gaudreau.
Welcome, everybody. I appreciate you all taking an interest in helping out with this thing. Next, we will move on to the consent agenda. This is a motion to approve the minutes from the March 7th, 2024 subcommittee meeting. We've got a printed copy here for everybody.
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We'll take roll or vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Next, public comments. Keeping public comments to items that are not on the agenda, limited 5 minutes per person. Anyone's writing out there tonight?
I have a quote for the intent.
Perfect.
That's, it's solid enough that you have some information.
Okay, perfect. We will touch base after we get through the agenda, if that works. Yep. All right.
And real quick, just, because I may not be able to make it all the way through, because I gotta get to training, we train at 7 o'clock. Do we have, for the Association for Food Wise, we're asking, do we have kind of an idea of time frame of when we're looking from start to finish?
Yes.
And when do you want food to be? So we talked about last month, with the 100th, we had it going pretty much right, from the parade. Because that's where it ended, so they were already that way, but I just don't know if we have a scheduled time for what was, like, when everything started.
Yeah, I believe it was similar. Thinking of that schedule, the only difference is that we didn't want people lining up for food when we were beginning to do our little presentation that we're doing.
Yeah. So if we could do food starting at like 1:30. That's when craft fair is starting. We have the time capsule program starting at 1.
And then music's going to 11.
11.
Okay,
11:30.
11:30. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
So, and then everything else will kind of leave up to you guys. If there's something that you need, please don't hesitate to shout.
Yep.
All right, so we've got the ad book coming up first. We want to talk about some of the ad specialty items that don't pay. If there's any updates, I don't have an update on the train ride yet, basketball court update and parade. I think tonight we're gonna spend a lot of time on the ad book, so if we can maybe switch the order around, if that's okay, and kind of talk through some of these other items first and get them out of the way and then focus on the book. If everybody is on board. So I'm gonna actually kind of flip the agenda. So we had asked Michelle, the clerk, to put together a parade participation form. And she gave me a copy of it today. If everybody would like to just take a peek at it and let me know thoughts or changes or anything like that, that would be good. It's basically just something who's interested can submit the form to Michelle. Michelle will track all of the participants and then provide them to us, you know, whoever wants to handle it, kind of cataloging who's all joining the parade and all of that. Kind of get it rolling from there. I would like to start probably getting this out in next month. We're coming up on 3 months, 2 months. So if we can start getting that hammered out, that would be good. I did. As commercial leads like to be trying this tonight.
Oh, yeah, he said it didn't say he was gonna come.
Yes, and the director, I thought was gonna try. All right, I'll go ahead.
But I don't get it, Eric, who's gonna come.
Okay,
On the
either way, we can touch base with Peter.
Ray, a couple questions that came up was, is there anything you're not gonna allow, whatever that means, and how should we say that? Do you care about music? And are you going to be judging any of these things? The 3 things that.
Does anybody have any thoughts?
I don't know about judging. Well, I mean, could be kind of fun to do, but I guess it kind of depends on how many things we get to, you know, like. It's just mostly fire, EMS, things like that, and you know, it is what it is, but if we have a lot of participation. Well, we have a lot of participation, then we can, you know, certainly do something like that. What's the prize? I have no idea, you know? But
A fun trophy.
A hug from the president.
before I, get it,
And we can get a little trophy or something that would be, if we decide we want to go that route.
well, you want to come on up here?
Sure.
All right.
So if we're gonna do that, then we need to figure out what the judging is gonna look like. Do we have people staged throughout, you know, 5 people staged throughout the parade route and they choose their top 3 and we calculate it? Or do they go like they did and there was a section at the parade route where we had all the judges sitting and then they made their choice or?
Right.
Yeah, I have a section off like where the marshal office is great, we leave on the table, wherever the judge is. Clear sign that says judging, and as you go by, so in case somebody wants to do a thing in front of the judges, they can't.
And then we'll have to come up with some judges.
Somebody asked me if candy and all that was acceptable. Give up. I think it's fine.
Well, it's always thrown out.
I mean, there was throwing beer and water out too. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I mean, and all the local ones, that's how it's.
Yeah.
I know, and just someone said, you know, it's a liability, and I'm like, knock it off.
You know what?
You know, if someone gets hit in the eye with a piece of candy, taking the eye back.
Can have them, but you know, we can have a kid wear a bike. That's right.
Regardless. That's a broken finger.
Yeah.
Catching a can of beer.
You would.
We did.
So.
I just love that they hand out like pasta.
Mhm.
It's like, I mean, I actually put scissors in my purse every year now.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, so yes to candy. Yes to music. I mean, are we gonna, do we want to limit anything? I don't think we can, right?
I mean,
Why limit it? You're not, I mean,
I don't
How
want
much-
to
how much-
exclude,
how many
if you
booths are
limit,
we gonna have?
yeah, if you limit music, you're gonna limit.
Yeah.
The dance teams.
Right.
You know, I had the Warrior Youth Dance Team reach out, they wanted to do the parade, so I think that's a great opportunity for them.
For sure.
All right, so we will need to figure out the judging now, so. Anybody have any ideas on judging? Yes, we'll do a table, but I would like to start with securing people. Okay.
It should be enough.
Three judges.
That they, girls maybe. a couple notable work that
Yeah, figure that out. I think we can figure that out as we go on. That's just like, hey, did you do this type of thing?
For the parade, there's one thought of a grand marshal for the parade, even it's 150.
No, good question.
Haven't. Open to ideas though.
What about the officer that recently retired from the marshal in Fredonia?
Stable.
What do you?
No,
Do that?
no, okay.
He's anti-parade,
Yeah, he doesn't want to parade,
So-
there won't be a grand marshal.
as much as it would probably be nice
Is
to
it
like
somebody
either
who's
way.
I mean, is there a way of finding like who is the longest living resident
That's what I
or
was.
something like that? I mean, we're talking 150, so. I mean, some people.
Molly?
Well,
Is that you?
It's the longest living resident.
Has anybody lived in the Buck Village longer than me? That you know of? That's still around? Alright.
I know Meyer, like Jean Meyer.
And I mean, a way of doing that too, I mean, if it's something that we get a certain amount of, you know,
Nominations.
the oldest living, residents type of thing, we could put them on the back of of the Laverne full fire truck and have them in that instead of like a convertible you get from the dealerships. Just a thought.
Well, I've been thinking too about how we could try to connect with anybody that's still here that served the community between. Well, so Wally, right, he was on the board and things too, and see like if we could get a group of people together. That had done something, we can kind of commemorate that, like, hey, these are the people that, you know, 50 years ago or whatever may have been around and still doing something. I think that'd be key too. I don't know how many are here yet, you know, people move on, things like that, but if we can figure out a way to do that, that'd be great. Incorporate that.
Like Rudy.
Yes, he should be number one.
Number one citizen.
He's been really quiet lately.
I know. Somebody out of. Haven.
Yeah, I mean. Wants to be legal.
My mom's in a nursing home.
Yeah,
And she loves to go like that, she's like,
yeah.
"Bust me up."
That was better, you know.
Like, hey, I'm busting up, I did the same thing. It's like, he's like, hey, you want to take me for a ride? Over, you know, bust me up.
Don't have to come back. Yeah, right.
Like, yeah, that's must be out for you, I mean,
Mhm.
sign you up for an hour, let's go for a night.
There you go.
So Wally, if you know of a couple of people, would you be able to get us some names and we can try and reach out to them and see if they'd be interested in joining the parade? We'll get them in the back of the fire truck or something.
If they moved away, you want to hear a little bit more, so you want just the ones.
I mean, if there's some that are still, even if they moved away and they're gonna be in town for the weekend or something, they're still part of the village, right? So,
Some of them, I think we still contact each other, and I would say some of the history is what you're.
yeah,
They're the other.
Yeah. It would be nice to honor them.
yep. Great. It's awesome.
All right, anything,
Oh, sorry.
well, I was just gonna say anything else, Greg?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we'll probably have to. We'll probably have to get numbers to floats or whatever if we're gonna judge. Because then we're gonna be able to keep track of them somehow, so just keep that in mind.
Do we know how many floats were in the fire department one?
A lot more than we anticipated.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2,000 people in the village, and there's probably about 500 floats, so.
And like, and still somehow there were like 500 people watching. so-
Right, yeah. We did not have an overall count because it was basically, how we did it was, we sent information out. Via mail, via email, via Facebook, stuff like that, for all the organizations, and we had, well, you know, fire departments and stuff too. But it was basically just, they confirmed that they were coming, we didn't have, you'll have an idea with the registration form, because those will get handed in, we didn't do that.
Right,
So, but we had a lot, so we. So.
I was good. You want to cap it at a certain amount or not? I don't know, I want like people showing up day of, like, hey, I wanna be in here.
No, I think we put it, like, you have to register by the
I think that's probably good.
Where does it start? They start like up
St. John's.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the same as the fire department. parade. So,
And it wasn't.
Have we talked
Yeah,
about
that-
that? Did anybody ask? They're cool with that? We use their parking lot again?
What do you mean that?
What's that?
What do you mean?
I can talk to the pastor.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's live.
They know how the senior grade goes, that's about all.
Yeah, expand the cemetery. Just that. Totally inappropriate.
So when do you want them to line up by?
do you think 2 weeks ahead of time is a good?
Right, just sit there a long time.
I just want lining up.
What time's the parade? I don't. Perfect.
You might not want there too.
Gotta get a porta potty.
This electronic bit. A picture of me standing in front of the whiteboard. Parade starts at 11:30,
Line up by 11.
so half hour.
And another thing to think about is that if we're numbering these floats, so they go in that number, which means not only are they lining up, but they need to line up in an organized fashion, and that's not gonna happen.
No, I think maybe we.
Number as they roll out. It's like.
Yeah, I was just thinking for like the dance team, though, how are they gonna, what are they gonna do
And
second?
the judges will need that ahead of time.
Yeah, they'll need a list, right?
And again, like, they have like a little.
I'm just trying to make it easy for
Yeah, sure.
everybody.
So we can number it as the permits come in, and
Yeah.
hand them that number when they show up that day after.
And then I think it would be nice, and I don't think it matters if they line up in order.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of nice, but as long as they have that number displayed, so kind of like they, where they roll past, they can look at the number and they say, okay, number whatever is blah, 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 from blah, blah, blah. Then you're judging that way. and stuff. There's gotta be some sort of, we're gonna figure that out. You would be a really good resource on that. Thank you. Rest can probably do it. I think it was- Maybe we don't.
That whole little wagon.
Yep.
Because that's what we said.
Right.
I was just thinking to maybe try and make it easy for like the church. We have enough homes, right? We could print out numbers and take them to the homes and just kind of stage them a little bit and hopefully.
Yeah.
With little direction, people would figure out where they need to go. And then it's not quite a zoo. Maybe.
Still gonna be the truth.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not quite. I'll make Jason talk.
Yeah. And he's tall.
He's tall, exactly. People listening.
Great job.
He started Boston.
All right, I'm writing it down.
You're gonna write, I'm telling him he's coming for that.
Perfect. Right.
All right, anything else that we can think of on the parade? So then the cutoff line for people to sign up. 2 weeks before, a week before.
People aren't gonna think about it.
First. Is that Friday? Should we do the 20th? These are going to the much.
So when is gonna be the deadline to sign up for the parade?
June 20th.
June 20th?
So I will get the form updated and then I will get it out to you guys. And then we can start posting.
That's good.
Cool. All right, anything else on the parade?
Do you want? How is this registration form looking out?
It'll be posted online on social media. We can have copies here at the village hall.
Website, email blast.
Yeah.
Will you be running it in like the Ozaki Press or Sounder or no?
You won't get a lot for that.
You won't.
For that registration price. I think that's just spending money for. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
I just, do you want other fire departments to be involved in this parade? Or just us involved? Or just us? Or you maybe you don't even want us, I don't.
I mean, that's pretty justice. No, I think for sure you guys. I don't see why not Bob up for that.
Yeah, think
I would
that's-
include.
I don't know, I think, let's see what we can do, right? You know, I mean.
Just ask me, just so we can get it out, because I mean, we're talking 2 months.
Mhm.
And if, you know, to get stuff out for this, especially for departments.
Right, yeah.
Do other fire departments like to do parades in other communities, or is it kind of like, oh, we gotta go?
No, there's a certain amount that like to do it, yeah, right, it's slowed somewhat, but I mean, it's, you know. The fire departments are always quite impressive at all the grades. I'm just asking, I mean, I don't want to say, oh, hey,
What are your thoughts? I mean, what do you think?
I'm asking here just because, I mean, it's the Fredonia 150th.
Right.
I think it would, one hand, I think it would be nice to have just the village and the town of Fredonia kind of walk that. But on the other hand, it would still be nice to have some additional fire trucks and stuff, you know, come from other
I mean,
communities. to
you
support
tell me,
it.
because I think, I mean, it'd be easier for the department to get it out to other departments. They're not gonna see it on, the blast or on website, so that's all I'm asking, if you want us to reach out. Otherwise, I mean, it could just be us and Wabaca.
Yeah.
Totally. Up to you.
And I don't wanna like, I don't wanna be restricted, like, oh, this is our thing, but it's kind of our thing, you know? what I mean? So like, maybe it is.
And that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, maybe this is best if it's just us and well,
Okay.
you know, whatever.
Do we include Belgium?
Well, Wabaca's town of Fredonia.
I only say Belgium,
Right,
because of the EMS, the joint EMS stuff.
I
That
mean,
might be,
I mean, that,
maybe we
the
extend
three
it to that,
I mean, we're connected
because we're
Yeah,
directly.
a
and
very large
indirectly.
department, maybe we reach out to Belgium and invite them,
and
see if they'd be willing to, and.
especially because then what we could do, if we did it that way, we could have like a joint EMS banner or something like that, if we all got you know, lined up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of make it like, yes, it's Fredonia Fire Department, Wapak Fire Department, but hey, we are all kind of on the same team for the messaging aspect of it. You know what I mean?
You need a banner for that?
We want to do that.
Oh, just, don't worry, I'll let you have.
I know. you will.
I'm throwing out thoughts.
So he is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I mean. Belgium's fine to be included in it too, I mean, it's, the close, I mean, that's close enough.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at, correct, Port,
Yeah, no,
I was thinking Fort Saukville.
I mean, it's either everything or keeping it just us. And when I mean us, I mean, we'll do our coverage.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I think,
Okay.
yeah, does everybody agree with that? Yeah. Okay, you'll handle reaching out to the departments for us then?
Don't I know.
so don't you miss?
Don't worry, I'll be listening. Just, the fire departments probably will not be filling out a registration, and we won't, we need to be voted, don't worry.
I think it's fine.
That's fine, you just let us know who's coming.
Is it something where you can take forms to school too and drop them off in the office or send them home with like sports teams?
We could, put this on Scott for the school. So if I send it over to Ringwell, Michelle Ringwell, she'll throw it in the small for us too.
You guys want the middle school and high school, like, well,
Yeah, you guys, does anybody have contacts with middle school and high school secretaries?
Sandra.
Katie?
That's the share with the school district.
You're gonna share it?
Just so you get like, I mean, I know the football team had a full last year.
Shouldn't forget Divine Savior and all that stuff too, you know.
Right.
Right. Any other thoughts on the parade? Okay, let's move on then. Next is the basketball court update.
I reached out to Dan Meyer. He said that he was going to be talking about it at a meeting. I don't know if that's taken place yet. It's supposed to be this week sometime, so. It sounds like they're interested in doing like a tournament type thing over there on this basketball courts, whether it be a 3-on-3, whatever. But yeah, we should probably make sure that that's all painted and ready to go by that time.
Last our staff left off, we got the new to us groups installed. Eric and his team have paint. On in case there's sort of donation coming from that group.
Yep.
It's sort of like the fencing and all the other stuff, so. You tell us, and if we have paint materials, we have labor, we can leave.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that. We did get the basketball or something.
Yeah. Releasing point.
Within the last week.
Maybe just half.
Okay.
He has,
Yes, I know he was
he
coordinating.
has that. I ran past him the other
Okay.
day.
Yeah, I did too. I was like,
So paint and install.
Yes.
that.
we go to the level.
Okay, all right, anything else on basketball? All right.
Actually, I do have a quick question. Last year, did people park in that basketball area?
They did, yes.
So
because
then
there
we
was nothing
lose
going on,
that
So
space then.
we'll lose what, 10 parking spots?
And we've talked about after painting the court, we're gonna close that off anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless of this event.
Got it.
So they'll still be able to park on the road and everything.
Up to it. Perfect.
Okay, I don't have an update on the trade ride rental. I have a contact name, but I haven't had a chance to reach out to him, so I promise to get that done this week. Dumping updates, any further action we need to do on that at this point?
Who's renting it? That's a real question. Have we rented it?
Yeah. That's what we had talked about last time.
Yeah, I don't think there's really an update on that, more so we'll just have to figure out as we get closer. Is there gonna be a monitor, you know, it should be something, right? Like, hey, this person's gonna sit in here or whatever. I don't care if people just wanna dump their friends, if it's like, put a bucket, okay, great, go sit in the dunk tank, we're out here. No peeing at it.
I think it would be fun to try and gain some, uh, you know, fire chief and
Yeah.
president and principals and, you know, things to get the kids excited, like, yeah, I know this person, I want to
Right.
dunk them, you know? You know, even if we have 5 people.
Yeah.
And then you can move it open for.
Yep.
Other things, and I do think you're trying to work, so, train,
Oh, yeah, yep,
get some money.
that's the whole point, maybe.
Anybody what's it on to? Good eye.
So do we have a group to run the dunk tank yet or no? We're still, or how do we reach out?
We'll need to put a communication together about, you know, whatever it is that we want to do. We're gonna reach out to a handful of people and see if they'd be interested, you know, 15-20 minute time slot, something like that.
According to our minutes, the village president is gonna run that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, said that, right.
And you approved the minutes and we all.
Yeah, we're all.
Fair enough, I will be running that thing.
You run it, you know, you get it.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna.
I'm sure we can find some volunteers that can help run it. Oh, yeah.
I really said I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll win it, I just didn't know I was gonna run it.
So then we're gonna. See for,
Maybe baseball would be.
Oh, like rented and stuff?
yeah.
Oh, not bad.
Like if it's
All
all.
done.
I mean, I can.
Presentation and
Yeah.
figure it out next.
Okay.
You might pick it up.
Oh, yeah, I think it's on trail hitch or something. Yep, okay, works for me.
So like a random, not other. So like. I know we like all park on the street, you know, and I think that's that parking lot, right? You know, what I'm talking about
Behind the park,
behind the park.
behind CCS, back there,
Peterson?
business.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
The like the parking lot,
Gravel.
I just know like the stage was like right here and then there was like, there's like.
Oh, that's a basketball court.
That's the basketball, okay, so that's gonna be basketball. Will it be part of that later?
No,
No,
Never
that's
again.
no more ever again, okay, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then, do you have anywhere that's disabled? If it was absolutely necessary.
well, there's, yeah,
I'm curious.
with the fire department, you guys have handicap parking spots right by the fire department, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. So they get part of it. I don't think there's anything like that. I wasn't sure the part,
Yeah.
but you got it from.
it's just something I think about, like, with my parents, so they're not coming or anything. But it was just, it's something that's always been.
Maybe you should share, 88 committee that I think we happen to have, and maybe we already appointed.
What?
Yeah, well, we'll tell you, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Here's a roll.
What time would the fire department reserve? They start at 1:30, but we can do so.
Like, I had it from park, and then disabled, and they park, and then you can't use the wheelchair, and it makes me mad.
Did you just? But how?
While they're chatting, the village has 5 ordinance and we have the trustee on, and so we have all kind of throwing that in your lap anyway. So that seems to be a perfect.
It's one of those that really doesn't meet, it hasn't met, unless they do for something.
What was that last comment?
We could say.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not, you only said.
Do you have a solstice out?
That means that's where we can go to that. We're gonna need it after that. I'm worried about that.
I did that, I just wanna, set it up. So I can get it. It's gonna figure out,
No, just.
I'll probably just run that just something up. I have a phone, my phone's.
Okay, that's not.
Through the.
Can I?
And I can copy it.
Yeah.
And you're also gonna get a conditional title into a company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then a better. If I just. I was like, having a delegate.
Oh my gosh.
My back.
It was in.
It's like my life every day.
They want to do people now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Watch,
coming.
Watch the Facebook Messenger group for the next meeting. Yep. Cool, thank you. I'm trying to show, join some. I am coming in as John Vice. Otherwise, you guys have to look at I. No, but I can't share content. Some of them.
So.
Give you a countdown.
Yeah. There we go. 30 seconds, very nice. Okay, so we talked a little bit about promotional options from last time, and where we wanted to narrow it down to tumblers and cups and koozies. So I pulled together some additional options here. We can look at adding them to the store. Have a limited supply for sale, whatever we want to go through and do that. So there's a number of options up here. We can choose maybe one or two of each option and go from there. And then reach out to Michelle Wester and get pricing and all of that figured out and then start advertising them.
Is this something you're trying to have for the 150th?
We could start selling them anytime, like if we start taking maybe pre-orders now for them. And have them available similar to what they did with t-shirts for fire department. We could have them available either, you know, a week before, 2 weeks before. Available the day of. I don't think it's entirely fleshed out yet, so.
Okay.
It's open to whatever suggestions are. So. I'll go through some of these options, kind of quickly. There's nothing super crazy about any of them. The first one is the stainless steel half full tumbler with straw. Second one is a ceramic tumbler, so standard coffee cup, that one is laser engraved, so look at something on those lines. The next one is a stainless steel tumbler with a straw. That one can also be laser engraved, this one does come in multiple colors. The Urban Peak Pinnacle Flip is a knockoff to Stanley. Anybody's interested in that, because it's the big craze right now. The Izzy mug with straw is also a knockoff of the Stanley, if we want to. Yeah. Next I got into a little bit of water bottles, so there's this vacuum water bottle that's a screw off the top. And the next one is a standard Camelback Eddie vacuum with a straw. Nothing super crazy there.
Ouch.
With me.
The next is another vacuum tumbler, the red one on the left, it's got a straw that comes out. The one on the right is another vacuum tumbler with just a normal drink spout. I like this one because it's a little bit different shape, something just a little bit different than everything you see out there. So I thought that would be fun. I'd like to get a sample of this because I know one of my biggest pet peeves is that the coffee cup doesn't fit in my cup holder. So, Chris, I'm sure we can attest to that. Cups. So, and I can probably get some of these if we need to. And then getting into can koozies, the blue one on the left is the same one from last time. The one on the right is a portable can cooler. Again, just looking for something different. It's not the same thing that everybody has, even though it is kind of the same, but a different take on it.
It'd be nice on the koozies, whichever one you end up picking, it'd be nice to upsell that on the initial drink purchase at the bar. And then, you know, so this might not be a free sell kind of thing, but it's a sell.
I mean, I always forget ours in the car. And I think you could have them for sale at food and stuff too,
And
and
they're cheap enough, we can get money.
yeah. The next one on the left is a standard can koozie cheapy. Next one on the right is the slim can. And then we get into coffee mugs and coffee cups. So these two are the same from last time. I left the can glass on there just in case. And then the one on the right is a tall, it's a campfire coffee mug. So it's got that like denim-y kind of look to it. Again, something different to possibly look at. The stadium cup we said was okay to leave on there. So. Any thoughts? Any we hate that we want to get rid of right?
I liked that one cup that you liked. I think it was red.
If we choose straws or no straws, that helps to narrow down the price.
Girls like straws, boys don't. That is true.
Girls are probably going to buy the cups.
That is also true.
Mhm.
We can sit down.
I think probably.
Unless somebody has really strong feelings, I'm not having strong feelings.
Don't
Yes,
lose
if anybody
over
has
it.
strong feelings, please.
So
I don't know
your
where this
intention
one
was,
came from.
your intention was to pick a model and see if WPP can do that.
She shouldn't be able to.
Should.
If I can get it, she, and if she can't, then let me know. Okay. All right, well then, if there's no strong opinions, I will pick some and I'll get over to you. Which one are you writing down?
The one that you said you liked, right?
157, 257.
Or you get a couple choices.
I think I'll give you both choices. Yeah. Okay.
So standard village logo, 150th anniversary.
Yeah, I just want to keep in mind, that when we are doing imprints, we keep the imprint, if it's gonna be a colored imprint, we try to keep it simple. Obviously, the more colors we do, the more expensive it is. Most of them will only do four colors, so.
Are you doing a logo for the event?
Not specifically, it would be the village logo with your 50th anniversary.
Michelle's already taken our logo and what's that term, monochromed it or something, or it can be black and white.
Yep.
So she's already done it.
Okay. Now, for the very, very fun part that we've all been waiting for, the ad book slash email. Thank you. Somebody needs to help me with it because I have tried to say that word. multiple times, so. So here is a copy of our centennial book, and I've also got copies of the fire department book. If you can look at, and you can peek at. If you guys want to pass them around. So our village clerk, Michelle, has graciously offered to take all the information that we're going to give her and compile it to do the development for the book and the layout and everything for the book, and she's edited for us, or she has a edit for us.
She, like, you know where that was?
No.
Yeah.
I crossed my heart.
Yes. There's like.
So if you look at the 100-year one.
That house
and
next to them?
the
The
fire
fire
department one,
Yeah,
notice
it's
a
supposed
lot
to be
of
a
ad
bar.
space,
Yeah, it was.
but don't fill the book. So the
No, because it burnt down.
goal was that,
Yeah,
that
it was
because
in
we
the
have
building, I
2
think.
months to do this. If we decrease the amount of ads, just add village related content, then you get more of the size that you have there.
Yeah. So just a small. You know. 16-page something or other. Nothing super crazy. We don't want it to take Michelle 6 weeks to put it together and then rush to print. So what I was hoping to do tonight is if we are going to move forward with this, I'd like to try and develop a brief outline of what it is that we want to put in here and start. Now that we have to attack the content, but figure out what the content we want to be in here.
Wait, so was this a new or?
So some of the thoughts that I had was if we're gonna stick to more non-ad stuff. We've been,
Oh.
you know, one of the things about Cardonia is business this year. So Chris has been doing business of the month and for the last 16 months or so, roughly give or take. We do have one businesses of the month of 2023. Maybe we should take a picture from their business and the excerpt we've done on Facebook, and maybe they each get a half page in the book, you know, calling them out, or the ones that we've done so far since we started, whether it's the 12 or if it's all of them. I thought that would be maybe a good idea. Or if we want to try and get a list of all the businesses in Fredonia and get a write up, but I think that might be a little ambitious.
What Michelle and I talked about so far was a welcome-ish message from the village president. Celebrating the 50th. Underneath that, if we can get all of the photos and history of the village presidents when they're getting down, it'd be kind of cool, from headshots. That's something we kind of thought about. It's hard to find every trustee and things like that, but at least highlighting those people. We talked about a brief 1-page write-up of the history of Fredonia, right? How the inception, we have some of that information already. There was one more. Oh, we talked about, just to cover some good photo spots, is any natural pictures of our park space, because that's a big, you know, theme here. Is, you know, whether it's a nice landscape of Marie Krause or the disc golf course or whatever it is. Not only does that take up nice space in in the book, but it's also gonna highlight some of those natural assets that we have.
Do you think it would be good looking at like the Centennial book? We have a lot of pictures of what the village was like throughout all the years. Maybe we utilize some of those, but maybe we can take some current pictures of like what the government center looks like and. You know, maybe our main thoroughfare starring Dollar General.
Well, I think that there's in that book, wherever it is. There's a lot of pictures of like different businesses and things like that downtown and all that stuff, and it'd be kind of cool to be able to put, like you're saying, not before and after, but. In 50 years, look what's happened, type thing, you know what I mean, because that's our last. Thing that we have, our last book that we have. Yeah, well, I think that'd be neat, right? Like, especially if we had pictures from that book. And then we had a very similar picture of the same space and what it looks like now, or maybe something else is there, you know?
I remember when my kids were born, like the Sage, like a newspaper,
Mhm.
stuff, but they were always like, I don't feel like they used to do something like. It was like maybe like their things, but it's like, they had a band now, and they did like. 100 years, 50 years ago, this is how much gas was, this is how much milk was, this
Right.
is how much. And
We
then
want this to be a happy
now-
occasion,
I
not
know,
a.
I know. Something real basic, that we don't have to mention gas, how much gas was, but.
I don't think I want to mention how much anything costs today.
But I mean, if you're looking at like 100.
Yeah.
These are pictures of, package milk or something. 100 years ago.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yep.
Same one, and then all because of Kevin Wester. And, we got the Lord, when they were selling.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
So these are perfect, usually if we can get a higher quality.
Yeah.
These, right?
That's the historical site, you. It's just 400. So I love to all Kevin's thing. And they always gave everything free. Now she wants to start, what, she's leaving. So that person in charge of the research.
Do you know anybody at the Wisconsin Historical Society?
I talked to him.
Otherwise, I can find their information. and reach
I have
out.
a phone number, I have a phone number.
Oh.
Together. Possibly Kevin Wester's would be,
Okay.
but he travels.
Okay.
So. Very nice.
So this is interesting. My aunt and uncle happen to have their 50th wedding anniversary this month, and so they just posted something online about like. Back in 1974 type thing, so there's all these different things about, what did something cost, or what was the world population, who was the president, famous people born in 1974 and things like that, so. I know, yeah,
I'll start this out here, this is really cool.
so
Interesting.
And who's this
I'm gonna
from?
save this picture.
Is this from the lady?
Yeah, and so she can help us get access, so these are obviously older pictures that we can use in that
all that
now.
stuff.
Nice.
It's in-laws, but it's their 50th, next month, but it's like.
Okay.
I can, get up to talk about that.
Yep. There you go.
If you go on Amazon and type up like. Marriage or, 50th anniversary or whatever, it puts it with all sorts of that stuff and it'll pull all that information.
Oh, so I get Pinterest, right?
Yeah, yes, Pinterest too, yes. Thank you. Can I keep that? Oh, awesome, thank you. I've never looked at the fire department, so.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, good job. I think something that we should probably ask is who would like to head this up and like spearhead this? This is gonna be a pretty big undertaking. Um,
I mean, in Michelle's words, if we give her the information,
mhm,
then she's willing to quote unquote head it up to, you know.
That's on what put it
Okay.
together,
all right,
but we
She
do
just- She
need,
just doesn't want to have to be big, instead of that time.
no, and I would rather be able to hand her everything on silver platter if I
Mhm.
can, and have her work her magic.
Yeah.
Um,
and I'll just be very frank, this is not something that I can head up only because of time commitments to other things that, you know, I've got going on too, so. If, you know, if a few people would like to try to get together and help do it, that'd be amazing, and I think it's obviously worthwhile. I'm stretched a little too thin at the moment to head that up, so.
Yeah.
There is some group on Facebook from, or from Wabaca, that like the Historical Society of Wabaca or something. Like the ones that sell like the Christmas trees or something. I wonder if we could reach out to them too and see what they have. I'm sure they have old pictures.
Yeah, one of their members is the deputy clerk on the town side. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, we might have only tapped her.
Got it. And realistically, does anyone know how long it would take to print a thin book?
I can get it done in 10 business days,
Oh.
so.
So we have time to get the things.
And then like you would sell it kind of thing? Like would it
They
be a
did sell these,
moneymaker?
yeah.
They did sell those.
Yeah, they sold them. I think you generate, you know, people are gonna buy ad space, you generate more money that way, and then selling them for a nominal amount is probably just. You know, so what's the point of making a book if you're not gonna? give it
Yeah.
away or sell it?
So do they know like what they sold the fire department ones for?
Those were about $10.
I think so.
Oh, really?
And people still come in and ask.
Wow,
And it's been
okay.
almost a year.
I mean, I don't think we print thousands, but
Yeah,
But the nice thing is we print, you know, X amount and they're all sold out. Well,
you
we
can,
can always go back. and
Yeah.
print.
it's kind of like the t-shirts that they did for the run, and this is an awesome. logo.
If you're having a commemoration of the oldest citizens, if you're doing it, you might want to have a little picture on them, that
Mhm.
they remember.
Yep.
Well,
Mhm. And I was hoping, you know, I'm assuming that you all are gonna ask me to say something at the ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah, so when I do that, I was hoping as part of it to have those people there, if they can come up or at least stand up wherever they are, if they're in attendance, and so that we can definitely recognize them as well. So that'll be a part, but I think that's huge. So.
Does anybody else have the capacity to take on gaining information and doing all of this?
Well, I think everything that we've talked about, we either have or have contacts to get to us, so. Not as concerned than people. Maybe just that, again, the photos of around the village, I don't know if there's a key photographer that we know that we could tap into.
I know a handful of photographers that I could ask if they would be willing to donate their services. Oh, what do you need picture? Oh, we have a photographer sitting right here.
I mean.
Someone out, sorry. I was looking.
A portion of it would be taking those historical photos, finding that location, right, and trying to do a mirrored image of that.
Oh,
That'd be a portion of it, and then those natural pictures that I talked about. So, Marie Krauss or whatever. Park spaces.
That's something you want to do?
I just, yeah, we just have to write down.
Yep.
And then I can do it. You know. And then show it. Just one more person.
Could we work with DPW if we need to and have on the road, so yeah, we can take some pictures and that way you'll get run over. Safety first. Safety first.
Does anybody else have any other ideas or anything they want to throw into the book or thoughts? Very quiet tonight. Maybe a lunch there. There was lunch lady, right?
Well, there you go.
Can we talk about? Purple bus?
Are we going back there again?
Charter will be throwing those in the candy this year.
So Wally, if I can give you a job. Wally? Mr. Dell? Yes. If I can give you a job, as you're reaching out to those other notable people that have served the village over the years, if you could help to collect either testimonies from them about what they remember, or any old photos, that would be nice to have alongside those photos. So like, I know you have a photo of you when you served the village board, right? So we can have an old photo of you there with whatever story you want to tell. And I think that'd be nice if we accumulated a few of those. Great. Thank you. Any comments?
All right.
So currently, we don't have anyone yet for the train ride, or is that?
I have
not
to
there?
reach out to the guy across from
No?
St. John's. I have his phone number.
Okay.
I just-
74.
I
Oh,
have-
no, that's seven, yeah, I see.
But so then we're just still waiting on someone to take, we don't have anyone for the lead on the parade yet, right?
For the marshal?
Or for like taking the lead on,
Oh, no, we don't.
so we don't have a lead for the parade yet, anyone for the dunk tank yet, anyone for the train ride yet.
Dan's gonna head up the planning of the dunk tank, and then for the day of, I'll figure somebody out.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, $8,900.
Unless
That's
the
right.
Friends
Yep.
of Fredonia would happen to have a bunch of volunteers on hand,
Do it.
that if there is anybody, let us know, we would be willing to take up on that, but. Has that not gone on?
Right now, for the day of, there are 3 of us who are going to be here, and we posted the volunteer form. We've had 2 gracious volunteers sign up for our recruitment list to date. So
Two more than you did have.
we're really stretched thin, and there's no guarantees that those 2 individuals are even available, because they may have other things on the day.
This is for volunteers from 150th.
Which is volunteers in general,
General.
Yeah.
That's hard.
trying to build our group.
You'll get there. It takes a while to get things going. Honestly, it really does.
I know, but it's a little overwhelming, like trying to make sure that we're like doing things, and I think we do want to be able to help more, but we're trying to be super realistic because of all the other commitments.
What you need to do. I mean, you can only expect what you can expect, and I think just know that there will be other people that
If
get up
it-
to help.
Yeah, if. You
Well,
just
that's
have to,
one of my concerns is that like at the next meeting, is there gonna be a request for additional support from like our group, which may only still have those 5 people total who might be available that day.
no, so. No, not that I'm aware of, or not that my intention is. If you find yourself with an abundance of volunteers, we will 100% take them, and we'll find places to go with them. The only volunteers that I foresee currently that would be needed is somebody just to help people with the craft fair on the front end, and then serving the beer and running the beer tent.
I mean.
I don't have any expectations that the Friends of Fredonia provide volunteers for anything, it's the day of. There's really not a whole lot, the last one before the board.
No.
We didn't have any volunteers the day of, it really did just kind of run itself. Like Dan and I touched base throughout the day.
I know.
Roger, yeah, there's plenty of us that would be willing to help behind the bar for a couple hours here and there and make sure everybody,
And with the craft fair, like if it's people who need help, like setting up or something like that. I'll be there helping bring it up first. And Jason will help, like if people need stuff help to carry. I
I think that's kind of on them too. To themselves.
And I think, the Lions, that if we ask them to, you know, I mean, they're gonna be running the bag tournament, but they're always saying, you need people to help, you know, I mean, so that's an opportunity to just say, hey, we're running this event. You know, we're still kind of new Friends of Fredonia type thing, and we have bodies. The banks, right, so PWSB and Bank 5 and 9, they are always asking, okay, well, maybe we can't do anything to help monetarily, but. You know, we have people that want to help out at the actual events. We have that with the mud run and things like that. So we will be fine on volunteers. Try not to stress about that because I think that we'll handle that one way or another. We really will.
We did. As far as cleanup goes too, like, is that something the Parks and Rec is gonna do, or like the DPW from Fredonia, or is that something like us as groups would have to do?
For the last 150th, I think it was Dan, me, my husband, my kids, and Don Dover, and we had everything cleaned up in 10 minutes. Now, that was the last one before the 4th, that was in the fire department, hopefully this is as big as fire department, but, I think whoever's there at the end of the night pitches in and cleans up. All we did
Garbage.
was garbage. The 10 people come and take care of the 10, the bounce house people, you just unplug it, they'll come and take it down the next day.
So it's just staying on top of the garbage.
It's staying on top of the garbage, and if we talk to the DPW crew, I'm sure a couple times throughout the night, we need to get them started.
It's fine. As long as the mattress doesn't show up.
Yeah. You know, as long as we have a couple of people just peeking throughout the day, I know I was always grabbing a bag and throwing it in the dumpster when I walked by and saw one that was full, you know? So if we all kind of pitch in like that, I think it's more than fine. And again, hopefully at the end of the night, it's not super ridiculous if you know.
Okay, and I saw something else in here about the Lions, like possibly doing a bingo. Is that something that they are?
I forgot to ask them about that. I still can. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to want to do that and the bag tournament, but good check.
So the biggest thing at this point would be like advertising and promoting this, because you have like 2 months and 15 days to get a whole
You're down
parade.
to the wire.
I mean, really like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you have to try to pull together a parade in a little over 2 months, I mean, so I think advertisement has to really be amped up at this point.
And I'm not downplaying it at all, but what we found is it was like, we were super worried about a month out the last time, and you're like, oh my gosh, how's this gonna come together? It will come together. I
Mhm.
think, you know, people find out, they spread it with their friend, you know, their friends, things like that. Especially once we start getting the school district involved with things, and it goes out to all the families and they start going, so. Yeah, I think now is the time to get that advertisement ramped up. We'll start blasting things out anytime we can and sharing things and whatever. The hype will get up there, so. I'd say around the end of May, when school lets out, is really when people start, okay, now we're doing something, you know what I mean?
We do have, Chris did put out, after our last meeting, he did create the events. So that's good, so we'll start blasting some of that stuff out.
I don't recall like when the Fredonia Fire Department did it, they had the cupcakery. Did we say we were having anyone else there? Or was it just the Fredonia Fire Department selling food?
For,
This event, the 150th.
it's only the Fredonia Fire Department. So.
Okay.
They're like an ice cream truck-ish thing that we should have for desserts for kids and all that stuff.
We gotta try that again.
I mean, we can see, but I've had really good luck with them except at one time.
Yeah, let's try it again. See if they want to, right?
What's the scoop?
Yeah.
I think it was. Just didn't show up. Yeah, their trucks broke down.
Oh.
Well, they come to all the neighborhood that has
Yeah.
some-
So what do we have with the lumber?
Is that what's the scoop?
What's the stupid?
Did they show up there?
Because they were there, like. The sun was there.
Yeah,
and the truck.
That's right, I think it was. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Oh.
Okay, maybe, as long as the cooks don't break them.
And let me know the vendor needs it.
Yeah, right.
So far, we have 588 people interested in the anniversary celebration event, so that's good. So at least it's out there and whatnot. So yes, the importance of getting the advertising out for the parade and that kind of stuff is gonna be crucial too.
Mhm.
Actually, I think parade.
I said agreed.
Oh. And then they don't charge, I wanna say the last time I had them for private events. We had a $300 minimum, if we didn't sell $300 and we had to make up that difference. But. It was a block party and they walked away with like $1,000 in their pockets already, so. It wasn't.
I run off the block, I run, they hear that truck now, they know that. If you like, were to play on your phone and screen truck sound,
Yeah, still no.
they know, they are all about that ice cream truck.
And then do we know if it was confirmed with the band, like the breakdown, if it's gonna be a smooth transition or if there's gonna be a downtime?
It should, I mean, there's gonna be downtime for
For
sure.
sure.
How much time that is, I'm not entirely certain. I'm gonna set up a call with them. Next month, early next month, with both bands to figure out what equipment they both need, if. Whiskey Throttle can set their equipment up and Pretty When She's Angry can use, the drums and that kind of stuff and do that transition that way. So we're gonna get them on the phone and kind of chat through that, so. Unless somebody else would like to. Take those contacts.
Well, I'm talking to Sarah with the band anyway.
You are?
Related thing.
It's important to say thank you, not.
No?
I do.
And she may have asked for a couple of us musically oriented people to maybe perform. We may do a surprise little
You think so, huh?
thing.
You
Don't
should.
sign me up for any of this.
It can. Get a band back together.
How much whiskey is involved with this?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I got a bottle of bourbon. Putting her all over it, as much as you need. That's what it takes.
And still think
Yeah, that's piano. And just do a piano bar type thing. Great.
Anyway, what are you doing?
Yeah. Touch base with you there. We gotta set up some months. It's called them and Whiskey Throttle, figure out the name of the
Set up, take
set
down.
up, take it on, all that.
Fireworks I did, we're good to go with those. We are going to have to make sure that we tell everybody that wants to see them or whatever, that they're going to be down at Oak Park. Because we will not be able to see them like last year very well from fire. So we'll try to get those candlelight things that we used for the winter walks
Sitting in my dining room.
and,
Which one is Oak Park?
Baseball line.
Eat it.
Recross into the soccer field.
Oh, that's called, okay.
Well, those gates open, right? So we could open those.
They do all.
That would be good. If you open them just for that.
You won't be able to see them from fire.
Not the,
Not as well as you
yeah,
want to. That was a big.
you can still see them, but it's
Right.
a way better show if you can walk to the park at least.
Mhm. So I think for the people that are coming just for the fireworks, because there was a lot of that last year that they just set up and then they were all pissed off. Because they couldn't see them.
Do you want the baseball club to have that concession stand open?
Well, I was gonna ask about that.
That would be nice.
Right, and see, it wouldn't be a bad idea, especially for families that are gonna come down there and experience.
For just during fireworks.
And what time on fireworks?
I don't-
9:30 to 9. So like a couple hours is all you're looking for?
Yeah, probably.
I don't even think a couple of like maybe an hour would be.
Well, yeah,
Like-
depending.
Did you want it just during the fireworks? We got a meeting on Sunday, so I can.
I know I've mentioned this in past years, but, there was always a Lions Fest down in Thiensville, right? they'd always do like a softball tournament and coordinate that around it. It's probably too late to get that together, but maybe not. And then you could do that, you know, throughout the day type thing if you wanted to.
So you would be okay if there were events going on at Oak Park as well?
See why not, if it's something like that.
I will ask. They were talking about trying to do like a home run derby fundraiser kind of thing, so maybe that.
Be awesome.
Okay.
I mean, I'm speaking for myself, where does everybody else think that's okay?
I think it's okay. I just don't want to pull away from.
I
I
think
don't
that,
think it's so like we could actually bring more in just because we'll kind of balance everything out.
You know, and if
If
we
the
put up
adults
some,
doing this, kids doing.
put up signs at both locations, like don't forget to stop down at Oak Park to check out concessions and watch some baseball, and same vice versa, stop at the firemen's, and you know, it's, in my opinion, this 150th anniversary is really about celebrating people in Fredonia
mhm.
and celebrating everything that Fredonia has to offer. So whether it's baseball, soccer, basketball, whoever, it's about all of us. So if there is something that the baseball team wants to do, 100%, I'm fully behind it.
I wonder too, you know, like I know the disc golf draws in a lot of people. I wonder if someone should reach out to them and just say, hey, we're having this event. If we bring more people, then they hopefully come to Fredonia.
So the one caveat with that is where the fireworks set up, they've got to shut down that whole parking lot. And so people can't really be past the gate once they set up.
Okay.
I know it was kind of a big thing last year because I believe there was a disc golf tournament that was going on that day.
Oh.
So, yeah, that was fun. So they actually had to set up in the field and it was not great.
And I think we confirmed with
I was just gonna check out.
partners. Bertram. Yes. I thought we had confirmed that it was not a tournament.
I think you're right. Can't remember the guy that runs this. I'll find out, make sure that there's nothing going on that day.
The other two things that we want to talk about is the time capsule and the tent rental. So why don't we tackle the tent rental first?
So I basically just sent the same quote that we got for the last fund before the 4th to equipment rentals in West Bend, and it came back at $4,500. I did reach out to them. There's a place in Kewausee, but their website does say that they have a minimum order of $5,000. And I called them today and said, is it really $5,000? And the sweet girl on the phone had no idea. She's like, but you can submit through their website and get a quote. So I submitted through the website. I have not heard anything back yet. But if it's a minimum of $5,000, I don't know if we want to go ahead and just go with equipment rentals. If we think it's going to be a bigger event, we need to reevaluate the tent size, the stage size. You know,
So based on the fund before the 4th, the stage size can get smaller. A little bit smaller, we can, I think, if it says on there, was it 16 squares that they did, 16 4x4?
this had 24.
So yes, we could go down to, I think, 16 4x4 sections. And then.
I mean, the tent was 40 by 80.
Yeah, I think that's the same size as fire department too.
40 by 80, did you say?
And then we had sidewalls,
Yeah,
lights,
yeah,
12 tables,
which I think we could probably eliminate some of the tables and a good chunk of the chairs.
96 chairs.
Yeah, we definitely don't need all of those. I don't actually know that we need any
What do we do with tables?
tables and chairs.
Last time there were 12 8-foot wood top tables.
Yeah, I think that was way too much. What did they do for the 100th anniversary?
They didn't have any tables. I had whatever picnic tables the village had. And those big,
Circle thingies,
yeah,
and that was enough for everybody.
yeah,
I didn't hear anybody complain.
no,
Do you want me to take tables off?
tables and chairs, yeah.
So you don't want either of those?
And in fact, I know that we killed that off after the last one, like the 4th, so. We don't need
So we're good with the 40 by 80 tent, the sidewalls, the lights. No tables, no chairs. The stage, we're going from 20 4x4s down to 12.
Make sure that's okay with the bands. That's one thing.
Will there be picnic tables outside of the tent for like families that are eating?
Yeah, we'll bring
Okay.
all the picnic tables from the village and put them in the park. And I just don't know, like, when I need to confirm that bridge. Well, I guess, I don't know if I should check with Travis and see if they use somebody else. Because according to the minutes, he was gonna have some information. Or if we just wanna go with equipment rental and I can cross
I
out
don't know if I
minutes.
sent that to you. That's the disc golf tournament stuff this year.
Those were, the stage was 4x4 panels, right? 4x4 panels, we had 20. Or 16 by 20 feet.
Yeah, I don't think I.
There were 30 stage legs and 30 stage feet, which I don't know if those
Can I?
were down if we have a smaller stage.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure somebody will tell them what
Well, they have to pay
size we
something,
want.
because it's the
Surge
disc golf.
protector extension cord.
First
and
we charge them
the-
for-
they have the 8-on-1 converter. Yep.
I probably should have told somebody.
So I don't know if you want me to go ahead and, I mean, I can wait, and see what the Kewaskum people come back with, if they actually will give a quote, or if they're just like. Weird.
Yeah.
Or bet you they're super fancy. I mean, their stuff looks pretty fancy.
Jamie, your contact had, I'm just trying to find
Yeah,
it.
that's been a while. I forgot what size that was.
Found it, I don't have it.
I don't remember.
I mean, I guess the thing with the equipment rentals is obviously they've done it before and they know. We know working with them was,
I mean, they were pretty simple, right, Dan?
Who's that?
Equipment rentals.
Oh, yeah, okay.
so I don't know if we want to talk to the band and then find out how many, if we can make the stage smaller before I put in a request, or if somebody.
And while you're doing that, that's the same place that we do the dunk tank too, right? Just do them.
Equipment rentals.
If you did, when the baseball club did the dump tank, it was for them.
Okay, then yes.
So you want,
Plenty of order.
Yeah, I might.
then maybe they will deliver. We had to pick it up.
Doing the tent, maybe we could get them.
Yeah, and if not, then we can, I mean, I can go get it too.
You just need a hitch.
Right.
Jamie, if it helps, you sent it to me on January 30th.
Yeah, so I'm looking,
Hold up.
so that quote from the motorcycle group that does it, and it's like legit business, they do it. They had a 40 by 100-foot tent in grass would be $1,800, but I don't know if that had sides or anything.
That's cheaper than what they. The 40 by 80 is $2,300. The side panels are all separate. Additional costs.
Mhm.
So we for sure wanted to do side panels in case the inclement weather. Not that they all have to be, I don't think we would need quite as many. Like we had the whole tent basically enclosed.
Yeah, that's just enough to get it all.
And I don't think we would have to do that. I think you have to do at least 2 panels up on each side for the band.
Is it both options?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not fire department, but, we did for the,
Right.
fun before the 4th, because we had you guys staged at the end, and had that closed off. And I think we pulled back. Jamie, do you remember? Were you there?
I was-
2 years ago?
No,
The sidewalls, can we open them?
Yes.
Yes,
Because that was really loud in there that first year,
yeah.
with everything closed.
Yeah. Was that, was that, I don't remember.
Yes. It was like misty.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe.
during the day, but at 3 o'clock when we started.
Oh, let's hope that doesn't happen. The disc golf people are not doing tournaments, so we're good. We will just have to let them know that the course will be closed. At after a certain time.
So you just want to talk to the band and make sure that we can shrink the stage size, and then I will
Yep.
work with equipment rentals, or do we want to reach out to this other group and get a quote for?
Probably reach out to them, right? Or did they already make support?
I just messaged him to ask if they have sides. I don't know what time.
I mean, do they have the stage and the lights and all?
No,
that?
they don't have that. They strictly just do tents.
That might be,
I mean, I guess I'd rather keep it all as a
Yeah.
single
yeah.
purchase, especially if I have to be.
I know.
And the nice thing about it, like, they'll bring everything all at once, and then they set it all up at once, and then they can take it all down at once, and then we're not managing multiple people trying to schedule. In and out.
So yeah, if you want to talk to the band, then I can finalize this with them. And then the, time capsule. And we were looking to have like fifth grade, do we want them to guess what's in the time capsule or make suggestions for what should go into the time capsule? You know, we were gonna have like the high schoolers open it up to write an essay about what it means to live in Freedom or.
If there, I think anything they're willing to give, I guess.
Okay, I will reach out to
Suggestions.
Kuharski tomorrow.
Should probably put that one themselves, make sure that there's something.
Make sure you have something.
This is another one in Sheboygan called Epic Rentals, and they do stages and everything.
And that-
Table chairs, linens, bounce rooms. Oh, wow. Machines and games. So wow, they even had bounce rooms, tent and dance floors, decorating and lighting. But this,
I mean, I wanna be-
yeah, Sheboygan and Manitowoc. Yep,
We want to.
Okay.
Yeah, don't-
there's a number there if you want that number.
I think it's gonna be like when Geraldo went into
Yep.
the phone stuff.
And that's not
Oh,
gonna-
there's nothing there.
That was a lot of building.
Okay,
So that,
anything else that we need to chat about? I guess once we determine how much
Mhm.
the school is willing to,
I will reach out to them. I apologize.
get it, to give us, then I'll start with that more time capsules. For us to put them back in the ground,
Mhm.
and we can figure it out from there. Oh, this is a random question. Like, who is the beer?
We're gonna do, what do we say we're gonna do for beer? We say we're gonna just contact the local beverage people, whether it is your capital or whatever.
Yes, I have the name. Yeah, Trevor gave me the name of who they used. Yeah, Trevor, I don't have it written down on me, but yes, Trevor told me the name of who they use. And they actually like tell you the top drinks based on the bars in the area, what they're selling the most of.
Okay, so this- people asking what kind of beer there was going to be.
Right.
They have their favorite.
Yeah.
Right.
Get it.
I would just like to say that, not that I want to start scheduling more meetings, just add more meetings, but we should probably meet a little bit sooner rather than later, now that we're getting closer, so that any of these things that we have that need to be figured out or nailed down, we can do. Because I mean, we all have to be there every single time, but, you know, we can at least get through some important things if we need to. So
2 weeks, one every week.
I think we can probably start off with 2 weeks for the next meeting. Hopefully it'll be short and sweet. Unless we have,
So April 30th.
is it April?
No, I actually had it open because I have a placeholder for a working rec meeting that was like, stupid grant and never gotten back to me.
You are.
I can do
Sorry, I've got
April 30th.
Trevor, Travis.
I think it works for me.
April 30th,
April,
Tuesday, April 30th.
April 30th, yep.
What time would work for everybody? I can do 6, 6:30, 7.
Would you either?
Is there a
I'm
preference?
flexible.
Prefer earlier 6,
We can do 6.
and then we can get out of here and go home and put our kids to bed.
So I'm not important, but I do have a meeting, let's say at 4:30, and then whenever I'm done, I can come up here. Okay.
I'm sure you have more you found, just in case it's a quick one.
Yes, I will try.
I'd rather not drive it.
Then 6, we said?
6.
That'd be inviting.
Close.
Oh,
Close.
all right.
All right, and yeah, we'll talk to, I believe we have a baseball, board meeting on Sunday, so I can get some information.
Okay. No, we good. Great.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Thanks, Renee.
You bet.
Tuesday, April 30th at 6 o'clock.
Sounds good.
What? You're gonna go to Colorado?
Well, we'll catch up when you get back.
Can you take a picture?
Yeah.
You wanna go to the mini? Sure.
Yeah, that.
July. No.
Is this ours to say goodbye?
So is there any plans for future consideration?
I have
Just the things are something.
Send it everywhere.
Why don't you keep that? I'll keep this one.
What's for future
And the rest
consideration?
of them with yourself.
Did you?
What are you talking about?
Who'd you send it to?
It's like red.
That, Fred.
You have nice handwriting.
Oh, another word.
I definitely send it.
I don't know if we have it on here, but like, if we are going to have like a check-in time for the people. Because we should tell them,
Email list, Something else, or just did it come?
like, we need to tell them like what time the check-in is between this time and this time, so that way. We just like sit there for like.
We decided not to do ads.
It doesn't have to be just you either, I mean,
So crab, baker, checking time.
yeah,
Village Dan.
Bill, Dan, did you?
it really sucks that Brianna's not gonna be here. Like, that makes it so much worse.
All right. should we
Okay.
confirm and stuff?
Yeah,
Where we got correspondence, I think.
correspondence.
Perfect.
All right, then we're looking to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
All those in favor?
Gonna get help for a
Or we're
second.
gonna get a second. Anybody want a second adjournment?
I'll second it.
All
All
right.
right, now all those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
I think we're getting there. Good.
Oh, good.
Good, good, good. It's amazing how those things get around, right? Can have, order for it out.
So if I have to put an agenda together, I think it's really not just do. Or is there a way that we can just put it in general?
Just updates, because we're not gonna vote on anything, so just, I don't know that you have to find that out.
You don't have to do anything with the food.
No, I don't. So.
But I think just some of the, whatever some of the action steps are, that would be like stage, you know, or rentals.
That's the village copy. That's just the
They would be
village
doing
copy.
I know, but like, our people, and I'm sure people will. Because that church.
I mean, that's really true too, like, are people going to like be, I was thinking that too, cause like, is everyone gonna leave off the area? And like,
Right.
but we're also
Like, are
having,
we
but
gonna
we're
also-
also. And I don't know, because there's also, oh, and there's also the band that's gonna be still playing by us.
Yeah.
Too.
You know, in-
Yeah, go through.
But I don't think like.
First, and make sure we can get them
They
high
shouldn't be in positions
red.
Like if they're.
And then that way to-
This is like. it's-
You're gonna contact the.
Yeah, we do not know how we're gonna do it. I don't understand how.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't put it in the meeting.
Michelle was yelling at you about the records and-
Well, I didn't need to. I would.
Or,
Yeah, she'll be all-
Yeah, I think that.
I feel like it's a mistake. See what happens.
Yeah, they're gonna probably. Very options.
Mhm.